adding sweetener, yeah.
Making the character too sweet?
I feel like they're having conversations about finding love in it, and it's not all about just rage and lashing out, and so that it's important to find moments of joy and play and happiness and stuff like that. But I don't feel much pressure to be loved on the stage. But I do want it to be felt as opposed to love or like. You know, as long as it's going to be, you know, there's some kind of vibration happening, you know, back and forth, and that's. Let me get something out, John. So, obviously you made a big hit with like Morris Steeple in Spring Awakening. Tell me a little bit about Morris versus Johnny in the show.
Well, Johnny would definitely win in a fight.
But Morris has a gun, so but Morris has a gun.
You know, people ask a lot about, you know, like the similarities between the character, and did it feel like kind of the next step? And I think for Michael and I, like, I was really into the idea of Spring Awakening was the first time I'd ever done a musical of any sort, and I honestly thought it was the only one I'd ever do. And towards the end of my run at Spring Awakening, Michael asked me about this, to do the reading in the workshop, and I had such a great time. There's a lot of challenges about acting in a musical, especially like a rock musical or a musical that doesn't kind of follow the same kind of trajectory as more traditional musicals. For an actor, there's some really amazing challenges about how do you tell the story and how do you have these themes happen in a verse of a song. And it's really exciting, it's really thrilling, and it's really hard. And I really like the idea of going back into that and going further with it. You know, I tend to forget about whatever the last thing I did was after I move on. And I had a thought early on where I thought, oh boy, you know, not that you want to think too much about how your work is going to be taken. You know, you really want to make sure that you can go home feeling good about it and not worry so much about what everyone else is going to think. But I was worried early on that people would think, oh, you know, he's just repeating himself. You know, he's playing an angry, kind of tortured person in a rock musical. And as far as the performance goes, a lot of it I can't help. It's just what kind of comes out of me when, you know, I love rock music. And when I have to perform it, there's a certain, especially when it is angsty and it's immediate and it's kind of, a lot of these songs are about, you know, inner frustration, and a lot of the songs that Morris sang, Spring Awakening, were the same type of kind of primal scream. That's just kind of inherent. That's what comes out of me. But as far as the characters go, other than being kind of expressive and angry young men, they're incredibly different, obviously. You know, and it's funny that I said that Johnny would win in a fight, because I do actually, you know, you know, Johnny makes a choice in this throughout the show to keep going, and I hope spoiler alert. Johnny makes the choice with a choice. Something you said so earlier last night, Michael. That Johnny makes the choice that ultimately that saves his life. You know, and so despite those kind of similarities, that I think are just really more based around the genre of the show, if you will, this kind of new breed of rock musical. But other than that, I didn't approach them in this miles away, but